They brush my hair like Broner. Brush my hair like Adrian. Hey, Adrian Broner's going on with things right now, you know.
What's he going on with?
In the streaming world, he's dominating the streaming world right now.
Okay, okay.
My little boy's talking about. He's like, Dad, no, the guy's too funny. Like he's always been funny. I'll be honest with you. He's always been funny. You know, and that's why I probably just. I know he's 4-weight world champion.
You
Is it
can
four?
listen.
Yeah, 4-weight world champion.
That within itself is ridiculous.
Ridiculous talent. But anyway, let us not digress. Ladies and gentlemen, it brings me great honor and an absolute pleasure to bring in the most controversial, the number one podcast viewed on the net right now and has been for a number of years, to be honest, because we started this thing in lockdown. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start the show in the magical words of dream it, believe it, become it.
Coming up, son. What you say, man?
Boy, anyway, first, before we get into it, because this show, I think, is going to be a bit of pepper stew. This is going to be a pepper stew show. Ota AAV develops 1615, first man in the dance hall. Ota Yemi X, can't wait. Me neither. Ryan Marengo 5101. Easier. Elliot Francis. How can Elliot not be in the building? Ota Daniel Boateng, another resident. Stamina for self. Fight is right.
Salute.
Come on, Ota Daniel B. You don't know. Ota LR97. New. Grace Edmonds. Also with us, Steve Bailey, the one and only. Ota Philip Answer, you don't know. Come on, Ota Superman Sultan is here with us. The one, the only, Mr. Bobby Wright himself, all the way up there in Wolves. Miss Ringside, long time no here, Steve. Ota Miss Ringside. Dan. 8888. Big up the Kings. He says, oh tight. Untraceable 90. J Lanks. Z22. Chrissy. Lovely. Blue 876. All day, every day. The lovely Miss Levi 30 is also with us. Becky. Hey, Liz. Come on. 6076. All the way in Puerto Rico. Freddie 417. Greetings to you, sir. Andre Bukenya. How you doing, young man? Oh, I just say young man. I don't even know what age you are, but old tight Andre Bukenya. Old tight UK 88112 14p. We need a bit more than 14p though, bro. Come with
Nah. Listen. I'm grateful for that. You know what I mean?
He ain't donated 40p yet, so there's nothing to be grateful for.
Forget that one then. Don't send no 40p.
Old time Mr. Black Gold. Sammy is in the building. The original Sec man. You know, Sammy's always said in Sec. Old tight Reese Jones 5006. Air Force 286. Moving right 100. The list goes on and on. Daniel Stewart 6096. Kev from the gym. Old tight Tunde. Tuned in. Blessings. Duke John UK. Tunde, when do you go back to the kitchen setup? Nah, boy. I'm just moving and blending right now. You know, like the place is all over. The place is big, so I just move around. This is a new set. I kind of like. It's funny because the setting. I mean, we still got daylight actually, but the setting is kind of great for the lighting. But yeah, we're moving around. Ota Ace 1221. Joe Barrow. Always, evening Spencerton and all. What a fight last night. Spence, your comments were from the heart last night regarding safety to Fabio's health and total truth stated right there. And we are going to be touching on this. Old tight Larry Anderson. Oh, man, there's so much people. What's that? Videos to view 2262. Come on, all day, every day. Let's get busy. Let's get cracking. He said, I miss you guys on Sunday, but we're back. We're back. You know, obviously it's mix and blending it because when we got a fight coming up, which I have, and I feel like we've been in camp for a long time, which is why I've kind of extended the show. But really, and another reason the fight hasn't been announced. There will be an announcement next week. this coming week for
It's
the
on
one and
Tuesday.
only
They're going to do an announcement.
JFK. They're gonna do the announcement next week. I believe we had full.
But there's a presser. There's a presser down in West End at the Jab Gym.
What time? What
I
day?
don't
Sorry.
know. Remember, it's
What?
Tony's funeral on Tuesday, so
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's not the same day. Did I say it was gonna be on Tuesday?
it's on Tuesday. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah.
It's not a good day to hold it because I don't care about no boxing. We're going Tony's thing.
Come on.
Yeah,
I'm
Tony
going up
C.
there with you.
Yeah, Tony Cisse's funeral is far more important than a press conference. So let
And
us know what they're doing.
someone sent me a picture with today. They didn't even know they was in the gym, and there's a picture of me, Tony Sese, James Cook, Colin McMillan, and Ambrose Mendy.
You see that? You see that?
Right. There's a picture of all. You know what it was? That was the day when you got your award.
Imagine, lovely.
Right? The man sent me that picture of all four of us. They didn't even know. I said, "Yeah, I'm in my gym and I see this picture in there. Some motivational speaker. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Right? He sent me it. And he said, like, right. I said, right, you're not going to believe that. Like, I said, the person stood by me. That's Tony Sisse. His funeral's on Tuesday. The man in the middle is James Cook, my old trainer who passed away last year. And yeah, so it is. Yeah, it's like I said, it's an emotional time. You know what I mean? It's an emotional time.
Yeah. Definitely. As I said, it's not a day to hold a press conference where we're concerned. Obviously, the positioning of the bill and where we are on the bill. Again, for me, it's not even important. We must be there, or we must be in attendance for Tony on that day. So I am hoping it's not on Tuesday, but if it is, it is.
That's what I hear. That's what I heard. But you know what I mean? I'll go double check. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll see man at the weigh-in. Man, not business or public workout or whatever they want to do. But anyway, Spence, let us start at no other point but the already fight of the year candidate, and that simply is the epic war we witnessed last night between Daniel Dynamite Dubois, aka Herman the Monster, the Cookie Monster, aka the Terminator, aka the Walk Down Man, and don't care what's coming back. And the very brave, gallant, courageous. There really isn't not enough words in the dictionary to describe the courage of Fabio Wardley, but it has been slightly marred by the talk of the handling of the corner in the closing stages of the fight. Firstly, what have you to say about the fight and how do you see the fight before we get into the corner stuff? And we will be joined by our US correspondent. Junior knowledge, I call him, but don't let me disrespect his real name, the Golden Child. But yeah, we're gonna get the perspective from the US.
That's gonna be very interesting.
Audience as well with regards to the fight, because that was a global fight last night. That was a fight which would have sent reverberations around the whole world in sense of just pure boxing excitement.
Yep.
Go ahead, Svenny.
Tunde, everything I said yesterday on the show.
Yes.
Everything that I said pertaining to the handling of the fight from Fabio Wardley's corner.
Yes.
I stand on. I don't take back no talk. Thank you very much, Lady Shan.
Come on, big up Lady Shan. What I go on, Lady Shan?
Right?
The lovely Lady Shan, thank you for the $1.99.
Right,
she was on the phone to me. She was like, Spencer is right. I was saying the same thing. I need to tune into the show. Because she's got and for those who don't know, Lady Shan is a fantastic correspondent coming from the female perspective, and that's always good. And she's leading the way for the female correspondents. So all these little young guns, young girls popping up on the net now, corresponding of on boxing. I want you to know that Lady Shan is the one who started this thing. So Yeah, so thank you, Lady Shan, for the one that she said, hi guys, Wardley should have been pulled out from round 7, Spencer.
Turn. Round 8, he's walking back to his corner, wobbling.
We should have won round 7. Yeah, it might be round 8. Because the stumble was a madness.
It was a mad stumble. Turn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this again, right? And I'm gonna get deep into this as well. I have nothing against Ben Davison. I have nothing against Lee Wiley, and definitely not Barry Smith, who I've known for years and years and years, over about 30 years. Right? But I'm speaking my truth. And as you said yesterday, Tunde, I'm very passionate about fighters getting hurt. Understand? Because these men who are involved in the game, seemingly, and they're young, Ben Davis is only 32, right? Haven't been around when they've witnessed the death of professional fighters, or they haven't had a close alliance with a professional fighter that is being injured gravely. I've experienced that, Tun. Michael Newgrove was my guy. He came to me for me to manage him. Remember he died?
I remember Michael, yeah.
In the ring gym, when they had their show, professional fight, he died. That was my friend. You know what I mean? Brandon Stone, who's utilized outside the Peacock Gymnasium, yeah? I knew them, man, because I used to go to the Peacock back in the day to get sparring as a youth. So when these people are looking at this, like, because I received a message from Ben, right? And I received a message from Ben, and like, he was obviously, I know it's heightened, so I'm not going to reply to him. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to reply to him now because he's heightened and he's speaking out of emotion, saying like, "Oh, what you said was disrespectful," and and all the rest of it, right? Now,
but in my defense, I did tell you on the phone that the way you spoke is gonna it's gonna rub up people the wrong way, and I knew they was not gonna take it in the way you actually meant it.
All right.
I did say that last. Remember, I said it on.
You said it last night. You said it last night
after the show. That's why I don't listen. I've been in the position Ben has been in, and it's not just one fight. Ben gets a lot of stick, just like I get a lot of stick. And for me, it's just
not the same, Tunde.
It's not the same, I know, because But in the same token, I remember Ben was one of the people that was praising me for making that decision against Beterbiev. But it's different situations. But I'll let you continue. I'll let you continue.
Right. So what I'm saying is this, yeah. This is what I'm saying is this. You can have, or you can take it in a certain way, because I know, like right now, emotions are heightened, and you're 32, you're very touchy. I get it, right? There's nothing that you can say to me because I don't need you for nothing, right? I'm giving an opinion on a sport that I emphatically love, right? And of what I witnessed, and it's not just me, it's the whole world that has witnessed. It's like people can be brave. Would you be brave like that if that was your child?
All right, that's what I said to you this morning.
I want to ask them, man, that would you be brave like that if that was your child in there?
I said that this morning, Spence. You know, I said that to you.
So
you're repeating the bars.
Right. So I just want people to realize this part here, yeah? Ben Davison, I have nothing against you. You know what I mean? I think me and you're all right. But when I'm singing your praises, like the other day when we was at the British Border Control luncheon, and I got interviewed by Boxing King Media, and they went through the list of who should be trainer of the year, and I said, no, Ben Davis is going to be trainer of the year, because as far as I'm concerned, you did a fantastic job last year. So you can't have it both ways, because when man praised you in that, that's the time when you're meant to pick up the phone and say thank you to man then. That's the time when you're meant to pick up the blood clot phone and say, you know what, yo, big up my brother, but I don't hear that. So therefore, you can't have it both ways. I'm speaking my opinion because I see like yesterday, the work that you lot did was incompetent. And nobody can't tell me that it was incompetent. It was incompetent. And then that's it. Right? But you move on. But I'm trying to say to you again, if that was your child in there, right, who you birthed, who you raised, who you grew up, I don't want to hear the story about, look, we took a white collar man to become world champion. Nobody's not knocking that, because we've been singing that praises from it's happened. We've been singing that praises from when we've seen how he's gone right throughout the ranks, and from he beat Josie Parker and how nuts we were going on when I did the show then. So no. But what we saw yesterday was incompetence, and that's that. And nobody can't tell me nothing else.
Just to cut you there, thank you. Ben is a more accomplished trainer than Don. Thank you for the 199 and your opinion. Sammy, when you have time, is Dana White promoting AJ versus Fury? And one more before we continue this talk. Spence is right. Even John Fury said years ago Ben was only really there for moral support. He didn't actually teach Tyson anything. Respectfully, most of Ben's fighters are already finished products. I did watch an interview with you today, Spence. Near enough stating the same thing, and the interviewer asking you, but what about certain fighters? And you did say that they were already established. But I want to go to
no, they're accomplished amateurs, Tunde.
Yeah. But
and I understand, hold up, brother. I understand this is a business. I understand it. Yeah, I understand it's a business, and you want to go get the best product, right? Yeah. I get it. I'm not knocking on that, right? But what I'm saying is this. Thank you very much, Just Ads, right? But what I'm saying is this, yeah? You're getting the creme de la creme and bringing them through. When you take a man who's a journeyman, right? And you make them win a Southern Era title, then you make them win a British Masters title, then you get them to win a British title, then you get them ranked in the top 10 of the world. That's an accomplishment. Reason being because nothing was expected of them. You understand? Nothing was expected of them. And that's my point. That is all I'm speaking on. I'm not gunning Ben. I ain't got nothing against the brother, you know? But I understand right now, feelings are heightened and all the rest of it, and I get it. But I mean nothing by what I'm saying. I'm saying this because I'm passionate about this game. It don't matter about what money you're making from what you're not making. I'm passionate about this game, and I'm passionate about the people in it, the fighters in it. Do you understand? Because being an ex-fighter, like yourself, Baba Tunde Ajayi, we have an affinity and our own private club where we can understand certain things. That is it. It's very difficult for people who ain't fought to have that because you're not in that club. You're not in it, brother. And as far as I'm concerned, you never fought. So you're not going to understand where I'm coming from. You're not. Because I'm telling you again, I'm saying that again, Tunde. I know man that's died, brother. I know man that has died. Right? And there was nothing wrong with Michael, you know. He had a freak accident where he had a seizure. He's winning the fight. He went back to the corner and he just collapsed and died. But that's where I'm coming from. So let anybody try to tell me on this thing here, right? And trust me, it's what I'm going to war with you. Muck around with people's lives, man. Piss me off today. Now you get me mad, sir. You get me mad.
All right, relax for a minute, Spence. Please. Ease up. Old type Miss Ringside 2699. Yesterday was the first time I felt uncomfortable watching boxing. Ben Davison did not protect his fighter yesterday. The signature 7585, Leewood changed his life. Hey, a big money this. Thank you, One Fingerprint, for the $49.99. He says, a joy to watch the show. You are both so special. We are lucky to be in your company. Prayers to you and your families. Thank you. And you know when you see dollar signs, you know where that those coming from. So, my brother, it means the world to us. the comment really more than the money. I'll be honest with you, because you know, there's certain things that money can't buy, and you know, I was talking about this. Spencer's really blacked off for the minute, showing you again how passionate he is. Yeah, trust me, Lady Shanna, big money around here. Mortgage money's paid off for this month, boy. Anyway, while Spencer is really again, I keep telling you, lot, this ain't no TV narrative plugging anything show. This is the real thing, or the real thing. Let me just break it down to English so everyone can understand. This is a real show. It's a passionate show. Everyone has feelings. At the same time, I mean, I hear a lot of stuff heading in Ben's direction, but you know, listen, boxing. I did read Lady Shan say it. I mean, I have to find a comment. We have to learn to not take things so personal as trainers. We have to learn to, because boy, you see this thing here. This is how it goes. If you're lucky enough, let me bring Spencer back in. If you're lucky enough to make it to this level, you are going to have to realize that the criticism is it's just gonna come with it. Life is polarity, good, bad, up, down, left, right, positive, negative, yes, no. That's just how it goes. So don't get touchy and emote, not really to the common man. Me, when they start chatting nonsense about me, I just go on their show and just gun man. Like, don't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing, because I know ultimately what I'm doing is from a certain place, and but you know, the comments and X, Y, Z. I never really take it personal. I'll be honest with you, whoever it's coming from. So maybe sometimes, you know, we have to learn not to take it personal, especially when you're dealing with people that have experienced another losing their life in the ring, being involved with people that's participated in the sport, and then a couple of hours later they're dead. Like, that's a serious thing. And when you see that happening in front of your eyes, you're like, what, bro? What's going on? Pull out the fight. But one thing I can say from this particular fight, so many people are saying the same thing, Spence.
Tunde, I've not heard one person, right? I had to come off the phone to wipe my eyes. I ain't gonna lie to you, I had to come off the phone, you know, because when I'm thinking about it, like, Michael Norgrove was a promising light middleweight.
No, it's
right?
not my mic. Maybe someone's mic's on mute. Spence, you got a phone on or something?
No. Was it affecting anything?
No. Go on. It's all right now. No, I can hear the feedback. I can hear some feedback. I don't know if you got your phone on or something.
Let me just. I got a thingy. I'll just lock this up. Is it better now?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Maybe this phone has Wi-Fi.
Vision TV. Don't try to blame me. What are you blaming me for? It's not me. It's not me. Anyway, guys, go ahead.
I'm telling you this now. Yeah.
I can still hear a bit of feedback. Let me turn up my mic and see.
Yeah, turn. Is there still feedback?
Yeah, go on. I'm gonna turn off my mic and see if I can hear it.
Right. I'm saying, like, nobody, not Johnny Nelson, not Duke McKenzie, Adam Booth came on the thing saying the same thing, right? And I remember when Adam Booth pulled out David Haye against Carl Thompson, right, in 2004. Do you remember that, Tom? Right. And he pulled him out. Your mic's on mute, right?
Yeah, I said, of course, we was at your call.
Right. Yeah, we was at your call, but the fight was at Wembley, right? We was at your call for Takalu versus Wayne Alexander for the WBU light middleweight title, right? Adam Booth pulled out David Haye against Carl Thompson, and that was for the IBO title, right? He pulled him out, and David was still trying to throw a punch, and he pulled him out because he said, nah. He pulled him out, but wait a minute, did not David Haye go on to become world unified cruiserweight champion and go on to become heavyweight champion of the world and become a multi-millionaire in the process?
Great point.
Okay, did we not see when Adam Booth stopped Josh Kelly from David Avanesian? But wait a minute, today we don't know where David Avanesian is, but we do know that Josh Kelly is IBF light middleweight champion of the world. Do you understand where I'm coming with this there?
Come on.
All right then. So
hold it. Okay, carry on, Spence. Carry on.
So that's all I'm saying on the matter. right? I'm not taking away the fact that you took a white collar man and he became a world champion. No, that is absolutely excellent and fantastic. Not taking away from that. But let's just be cool. Let's just be cool about the whole thing. Yeah, that was gross incompetence that I witnessed yesterday. And that's
Someone says Alois Jr. said it was an early stoppage. I don't know, Alois. You might have your glasses on, bro. I just keeping it real. That weren't the early stoppage. That stoppage was, to be honest, with Howard Foster. I think Howard Foster may have had the Frotch Groves situation
1,000,000% Baba
in
Tunde Ajayi.
in his
That was
mind.
on his mind because look, he gave him 2 chances. He went to the court. He went to the doctor twice, right? Because he said, right, I want to pull it, but I know that you still got a little bit of fight where you're trying to fight back, but I want to stop it. But in Howard Foster's head, he's thinking, you know what? Everybody's gonna be on me like they always are on me. So you know what? Let me leave it in the hands of the corner to stop it. Or furthermore, if the doctor says he can continue, because remember his eye was bust up. Remember I said he's gonna get cut. You know, his eye was bust up, Tun. His nose was busted. He had another cut on the other side of his eye. Yeah, his right eye was near enough closed. Right, near enough closed his right eye. So therefore, what are you meant to do? What you gonna go do?
Before, just hold it right there, ladies and gentlemen. We have to bring in our US correspondent. We're really, I don't know where this crackling thing's coming from, because both my phones are off. I don't know what it's coming from or where it's coming from, but we're gonna proceed. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you our US correspondent. He's in. Is it? But people was requesting it. People saying, nah. You gotta get the junior knowledge back in the thing. So I'm like, nah, all right, cool. Listen, made the calls, and it brings me great pleasure to bring the golden boy. The junior golden boy is his name, but I call him the baby knowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, bring the man on the ting. Yes, sir.
Hey guys,
How you
I
doing?
appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. Can can I go off real quick for 2 minutes?
Of
Yes,
course you
sir.
can.
What the hell was that yesterday? What was that? What
in
was that?
in what respect?
Because and this is coming from someone I was there when Pritchard Cologne got hurt. I was
Mm.
there. I was there when people were in the crowd thinking he was quitting. Like, and that fight should have been stopped. Um, I remember I have a story where my dad had a kid prospect, and this is how I could stick with a trainer. The guy, he was fighting Jimmy LeBlanc. We had a fight named Josh Rupert. Goes out there, he's not doing what we exactly asked him to do, and he's starting to get hit with good shots. So we're about to stop it. And as soon as we about to stop it, he does exactly what we want and hurts the guy. So we was like, okay, bell rings, sits him down, get them together. I do a little trick and drop the ice and everything and everything. No, and the referees know me since a kid. Named Brent Boble, he goes, I saw that, Julian. But hey, get the ice out. I do a little quick white. All right, get the ice up, get the ice up, get the ice up real quick. But then he comes to the corner. And I said, and he said, starting to get peppered with shots now. Not many bricks anymore, but like getting peppered with shots.
Mm.
And my dad was like, he pulled Brent Boble over and he said, if he takes a big shot, I'm going to say, he said, don't even worry about it because I'm already going to be going up the steps. Soon as the fight, soon as the bell rings, Jimmy LeBlanc, because remember, he's coming over to our hometown to fight. So he's thinking either way, if I get to the end of this, I'm getting robbed. So Jimmy LeBlanc got off the stool and was already ready. I say, here he comes. He jumps over there. And Josh rolled and tried to throw an overhand, and then short in between, Jimmy LeBlanc threw the hook, and you could hear the orbital bone break. You can hear it, like pow, like hear it. Brent Boble stops it. Till this day, my father still thinks about that. Like, damn, if I was just 2 seconds sooner. If I was just 2 seconds sooner, that shot wouldn't have landed. It still bothers my dad about that. Just that 2 seconds. Of course, it could have been worse. He's doing great. Josh is doing great now and everything, but still, just that how that went. That's how quick this game can change. Like this boy, I was swollen shut. He's gonna wake up in darkness today. I'm gonna tell you how it goes. I didn't have my mouse under my left eye. You wake up, you're like, what the heck? Like, what? That swelling come the next day. You're like, oh, what's going on here? And no, but you have a guy in front of you when he's giving everything and he's behaved like a professional, he's behaved like a fighter. Save him from himself.
So
Save him
you're of
from himself.
so you're of the opinion, because someone said to me, answer the question, Tun, but to me it's just self-explanatory. But I want to ask you the question: who was the onus on to stop the fight?
Trainer.
That I can't even bang it.
Trainer.
I'm on a weak table here. I'm on a
Right.
weak table.
Because it's always at the end of the day, it always falls on the trainer because you have that relationship with that kid. That referee might know the guy because you be at the fights all the time, but you have that intimate relationship with that kid. Whether you watched him grow up or whether you've been with him for 5, 6, 7 fights, whatever the case may be, you've been with that kid. So you know his family. What's the first thing y'all saw Frazier do? I mean, I'm sorry, Frazier do, but Wardley do once it was over. He immediately went to the ropes and kept trying to tell his mother, I'm okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm fine. Because so imagine you sitting there and you start to see it's a difference between taking punishment and award and taking unnecessary punishment when it starts to go a little bit too far. Because the first thing my father told me was all it takes is one shot, change you forever. Always remember that. So this one shot will change you. Okay. I said, yes, sir. It could be a wrong back of the head shot, side of the head shot, anything, or just too many, going into the later fight, dehydration and pushing yourself, taking too many shots. It could catch up to you. Yes, sir. Understood. Like I remember seeing certain things happen to guys, and you have fights like that where it changes guys. Oh my god. And I saw Lady Shan too. Lady Shan gave me my first opportunity to be on an English broadcast. Like shout out to Lady Shan. Shout out to her. Like man, I always appreciate her.
Come on. But yeah, well, there's so much ways you can look at this. I mean, people are saying now Ben should be this, Ben should be that, but Ben is not. From what I understand, Ben is like the more of a system. So I think there was confusion from the start with Don. I heard Don Charles in the interview say that he's confused because he don't know who the trainer is. As far as he was concerned, it's Rob. But Rob seems to, if this is what I can see, this is what I see, yeah. It seems that Rob's position has kind of been undermined because he is the man that groomed Fabio. So therefore, although we're blaming Ben, or not me, I ain't blaming no one because I'm a trainer, so I know how this thing works. Trainers are getting the flack anyway, so I'm not blaming Ben or nothing. You never hear none of them words come out of my mouth. But what I will say is, I feel like Rob, because no one has spoken about Rob. And that's what I'm trying to say. When you're acting, when you're in a certain role, and now you're making, so you come up with a brother. If you watch Makodi, Bill Haney will make everyone train Devon. But you see Fight Night, it's him you see in the corner. Fight Night, you will not see this trainer, that trainer, ex-trainer training Dev or be in the corner giving advice Dev because he's the one who knows Dev. So I'm saying, I'm not protecting Ben or anything like that. But in my opinion, and it's just an opinion, I don't want nobody to start getting all it, like, oh, Tunde, you shouldn't have said that and everything. In my opinion, if anybody should have stopped that fight, it should have been Rob.
Well, somebody. Because somebody in the corner take the towel and throw it.
It should have been. No, I'm just telling you, bro. I'm telling you, it should have been Rob. Rob is the man that come from white collar with him all the way.
But Tunde, this is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if Rob trains any other professional fighters.
Ben is getting the flack because Ben is the key name. Ben is the higher name. And you see a lot of American fathers who have trained their son bringing in top class coaches and having them by the side. See, because when all said and done, voice you're gonna hear is the voice that you come up with.
Mm-hmm.
We know that as fighters. We
Mhm.
know that, Spencer. You can be fighting a man. The voice you hear is your mum. You hear your mum's voice. They're all 30, 40,000 people in the arena. You can hear your mum's voice.
Yep.
Lift
Yeah.
him. Knock
Yes,
him out.
Lord.
Knock him out. See? So that's why I'm saying I've kept my mouth shut. Because I hear everyone firing shots at Ben, but no one ain't said nothing against Rob. Rob is Fabio's heartbeat.
Good point.
Tell me that I'm lying.
No, I'm not saying
Anyone
that,
come
man,
on this,
Tunde.
anyone
But
come on this show
but
and show me.
hello, I'm hearing all of that, yeah.
No. I'm just saying, anybody, I know you're not going to disagree with me, but anybody come on the show and tell me different. It's only because Ben has the name why he's getting the shots. It's only because Lee Wiley has the name that they're getting the shots. But it's Rob, fam. It's Rob. If it was me and that, I don't care about. I could have Robert McCracken, Angelo Dundee, anyone involved with me. I don't business, fam. I'm like, bro, I don't care about your authority. That's my guy. We come up when we never had nothing. We come up when we never have nothing.
I hear that, but Tunde.
Come from A to. So hold on. So let me ask you this question: the panel. If anyone should get sacked, who should get sacked?
Whoo! I ain't gonna speak on that. That's it. That's they
There you go.
word.
There you go. Your
I ain't
silence.
into it. I ain't gonna touch
Everyone's
on.
silence is deafening because
No, it
everyone
isn't.
want to.
No, it isn't.
Everybody.
Because Tunde, listen to me. I'm not saying nobody should get sacked.
Okay, no. People are saying that. People are saying
Oh,
that.
okay, right,
So
right.
I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't think anyone should get sacked.
I'm not saying you. Reason being,
Sorry,
reason being,
Spencer.
son.
I'm not saying anyone should get sacked because they're
Okay,
a team.
I hear that. Right. The
They're a
reason
team at the
being
end of the day.
is because the journey that they have done and the success that what they have done has been fantastic. No one, it's never been done before.
Bro. Sorry, Spence. Are we forgetting who Fabio was fighting? Fabio was fighting Herman the Monster from the Monsters.
Tunde,
Fabio was fighting the Terminator.
I hear that.
Fabio was fighting the Terminator. This is why I don't know why so many people got tricked by the Matrix, thinking that Fabio was gonna win this fight. Fabio weren't winning this fight, Spence. No time at all. What is the talking point is the punishment Fabio was allowed to take.
Okay. Well, let's talk on that then.
But the talking points are the corner work. The talking points are the corner work. But even with the corner work, I feel that even if Fabio had the greatest trainer in there last night with him, DDD would have still broke him up.
Yeah. Tunde, I agree with you, right? I agree with you. Yeah. Let us go back to October, and I know my son now will tell you as well, right? Right. Let's go back to October 1975. Right, the Thriller Manila.
Yes, Lord. Eddie Futch.
Right. What did Eddie Futch do?
He said, man, no, you ain't stopping. You ain't stopping nothing. I'm getting over, man. Sit down. It's over.
Thank you.
Yes.
Sit down.
But again,
all right, shut it down.
Isn't that back in what I'm saying? It was his coach.
I'm saying, this is what I'm saying again, yeah? I could go back on so many times, right? When a fight is to be stopped, I'm talking about when a guys ain't got nothing left, yeah? And I've seen arguments in the corner. And I know Junior Golden Boy, my baby, nodding his head because he's thinking to himself, October of 1980, Muhammad Ali versus Larry Holmes, and the big kicker. I know that's what you're thinking. And they kicked off in the corner, right? And what did Angelo Ali said?
Hey, I'm the chief second. I'm stopping it. I called it. I'm the chief second.
Yes.
I called it.
Yes.
Right. And at that time there, Bandini Brown, who I believe loved Muhammad Ali, was there praying, saying, no, don't stop it, because like God's gonna give us some miracle. He said, shut your mouth, you idiot.
Kareem Machine, I'm gonna block you. I'm going to block you because the cheek of it. Everyone and his dog knows I've been backing DDD for the last 3
Don't give me no energy. Just get rid
Don't
of
give it
it.
energy.
Hold
Don't
on,
give it
hold
no
on.
energy, coach. For what?
Thank you.
Why are you not telling me don't give him no energy? I just told you he's blocked. He ain't getting no energy.
Yes,
He's
sir.
blocked. There's no energy I'm giving him. I blocked him.
So
He's gone.
here's
Later.
the thing, coach. Here's the go, sir. Is that feeling to have blood go in your eye and things go blurry for a second? I got an accident, man. When you sitting there and you get thrown, all of a sudden you feel that mine came from the bottom, and all of a sudden mine starts to bubble and it coming up, and it's like, well, all of a sudden out the corner I can't see. Like when those things start happening, and you start like, it's a certain thing, man. You got to know those moments. Like Eddie Futch, go back and look at what Eddie Futch said. He told that reporter who spoke for him in that documentary, he relayed, I want to say 8 deaths to him and wrote down and told him exactly what happened each and every time. And each one had 3 exact facts that happened each time that was the same. And you, at a certain point, whoever's in the corner has to sit there and be like, hey, no, we're not doing this. It's been times where I remember, what I think his name was Raymond Serrano, good fighter. He came up, he got I forgot he fought on ESPN2 on Friday Night Fights, and he got caught. I forget his name. I think his name was Whitaker. Caught him clean, and he was the prospect. His coach knew he was badly hurt. I mean, badly hurt, but he got caught at the bail. So he gets to the corner, still hurt. They trying to get him together in the corner. He's still hurt. He said, man, he's done. I'm stopping this. His father took the towel. And said, man, you're not ever stopping this. I'll never forget that, John. He said, man, you ain't stopping it. Man, I will swing, you ain't stopping this. Somebody in that corner, if you know what come with this game, you know you supposed to do something right then and there and say, hey, man, this kid done give us everything he got. The experience is starting to take its toll. Experience level is starting to separate here. That's all that was happening last night. That's all.
Yes.
We all said Fabio has a chance because he can punch and he's like Gotti where he stays strong late. Yes. But Daniel Dubois got experience of being there. I've been there. Already been off the floor. Been in there top fights with people screaming, and I could hear who I want to hear in the corner. Every fighter, when you to y'all point, I heard you guys talking about before I got on about how you have fighters. You appreciate them more when you bring them up from the beginning. A lot of people felt, for instance, Jared was just going to be a club fighter, and Uncle Nesto and him and the hard work and everybody, Billy and them took him to where they took him. And when you out there, he can be as loud as it is in there, but I always hear my dad and Uncle Nesto, no matter what is going on in there. Somebody should have stopped it.
Yeah. Thank you, Northside 6922 for the 2 pounds. Said, have you seen latest Ben Davison post head loss? My opinion, or my advice to Ben at current is don't give no interviews. Don't give no interviews because you have to have clarity in your mind before you start answering questions. And it was a very tough, emotional night for both parties. Obviously, the winning party is not gonna be feeling it that much, but the losing party, I've been there, and this is gonna be here for a little bit, probably a week or so, and then they're gonna move on to the next one. But I think the person that can't just move on to the next one is Fabio Wardley, and I think that's what we were so concerned about last night, in terms of the punishment he took and how long he took it for. Because when Spence was saying, anytime I'm doing a watch along with my brother, and I hear Spence say, "Stop the fight," I know 1,000,000% the fight is supposed to be stopped. Because I know that Spencer is a man that studies this thing day and night, old school fight, new school fight, and he's got a certain eye. And it wasn't until I went back and watched it this morning with their commentary, because I ain't listening to their commentary when I'm doing our thing. I said, hold on now. So Spencer was right. From round 4, I didn't give Fabio a round.
You went around him.
And I know Daniel personally. This is not no YouTube fan. I've hold the pads with Daniel Dubois, and then he broke
And
my
you
wrist.
felt that jump. You
He
felt that.
he broke my wrist. He nearly broke my wrist. I'm like, nah. Let me get big ads to hold these pads because this brother's punching so hard. I say, Don Charles might be the only trainer that's physically big enough to hold that power. Unless you're doing different type of pads. But I know how concussive and
Yeah.
damaging Daniel's punches are. So when people are, I heard a commentator or a podcaster say that Fabio is known for pulling it out the bag. I'm saying, sir, this is why you need to be a boxer or a trainer or someone that knows about fighting, because you can pull it out the bag against certain individuals.
Yeah.
There are certain fighters that pull out the bag nonsense don't work. You saw that after Daniel, and let's bear in mind, these were not chin shots that knocked Daniel down. They were discombobulating shots
Yeah.
to the top or the back of the head. So the balance has gone. Once Daniel was able to hold that and recover, every right hand Fabio threw, Daniel was just walking through it. And I heard even what's his name? Um, my featherweight boy there.
Crampton.
Frampton. Even he said, no, this is too much now. They need to stop this fight. So the question to answer the question is definitely the trainer should have, but we can't just put everything on Ben. I feel like the whole team, it should be a collective.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's supposed to be one voice, and that voice, just like I had to, even though I had experienced James Cook, who was in boxing before I was born to Rated. Yeah, even though I had him, the old guards around me, ultimately, I was the one who had to say, no, sir. I'm saving my guy for the next day.
Yep. I want to get you guys' opinion on this. This is one of the things I heard old timers say. I always hear my dad say. Hard work said, my dad nicknamed hard work. Hard work would say, once you start to see your fighter come back and sitting on the stool and his face starts changing shape, it's time to call it. He always said that. I will always hear him say that. He said, when it's a war, like look at Daniel Dubois' face.
It
He had
comes
like
like
a
a
mouse.
sparring session.
Yeah, he just had a little mouse, just a tiny mouse. And I've always he said, man, got a small scratch cut. They might lose you, but that's different. But when you see them, your fighter sit on that stool and his face start changing shape. All right, man, we could do this another day. Stop it immediately because you can save him for the next one. And you got a guy like Daniel Dubois where you just say you hit the mitt with him, and it was like Jesus Christ. And you got to think those are those type of guys that I've seen that even when they taking their time and just not loading up on everything, it's still like God, dog, like if this jab feel like that, I do not want to get hit with that brick. Certain guys like Daniel Dubois, where they sitting not putting the shotgun jab out or putting a big brick on you, they putting 50 or 60 on it, and it still sting. It still like you gotta take a break and then walk and try to shake it off. And you sitting there seeing that after the fourth round, you see the experience, the whole fight turn, the whole fight, so you see the experience level start to separate, little by little.
Yeah,
by little.
and that's what it is. I mean, ultimately, let's look at the fantastic story Fabio Wardley has had. From white collar to
It's
world
amazing.
champion, from white collar to world champion, and he's got nothing but credit should be given to him. But there was a point in that fight, as you said, Junior Golden Boy, where you start to see the amateur pedigree, the professional experience show. How do you know? Fabio was throwing right hands from way out of distance. Way out of distance. And Daniel started to roll the shot. Daniel was rolling the shot. And then he's putting his physical presence. It looked like, at one point to me, it looked like a heavyweight against a light heavyweight, a cruiserweight. Daniel was that imposing and big as the rounds went on. So, you know, I just feel like this whole thing about the corner and stopping the fight, it's gonna carry on for a little while. But let's move on slightly and talk about what next for Daniel Dubois, because we saw Daniel's dad, Dave Stan, whatever you want to call him, Dave or Stan Dubois say after the fight, they said, "Yeah, I want Moses. Bring Moses." And Moses like, "Yeah, I like that fight." What is your personal opinions on Daniel Dubois versus? Because let's bear in mind, and another thing I wanted to address was that Fabio said he chose Daniel, and I've been listening to this talk. I've been listening to this. No, sir, you never chose nothing. You had a choice, and the choice was Moses Itauma or Daniel Dubois. So you ain't gonna fight Moses, so you had to fight Daniel Dubois. You had to fight Daniel Dubois. You have to. There's no like. It's not about, oh yeah, I'm tough. I want to take the toughest route. That's all nonsense. You had to fight Daniel. There was no getting out of that fight. So the fights happen. You know, you lost your title in your first defense, but you're still a world champion, and no one can ever take that away from you, Fabio. And you're gonna come back still. It's just about. I feel like you need a good rest.
Yes.
A good rest. Don't let nobody be trying to rush you back into this thing, because last night was a brutal fight. And I hear everyone say, he'll never be the same. Well, let's wait and see. What next for Daniel Dubois, and who would you like to see him fight? Spencer Fearon first.
To be real, Ton, I would like Daniel Dubois to have a named fighter.
Yes.
Yeah. But an easier touch.
Yeah.
Maybe a rematch with Big Baby Miller, just to build up his momentum. Or
Nah. You can't get bringing like that. Nah, I'm not having that.
I'm saying to you. Or what's his name? That Torres.
Bring Caballero.
Or Caballero, or that Torres. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, who? Torres. Yeah, that would be a good fight, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sammy, for the 50 sec. He says, sending my thoughts and prayers ahead of Tony C's funeral. We are one boxing community. Thank you very much, sir. Golden Boy, who's Mr. Dynamite fighting next?
To the first part with the Fabio thing, Daniel Dubois would have been bigger payday. I don't blame him, but when it comes to Daniel Dubois, I like what Mr. Spencer said. I like that route. I wouldn't, if I'm running Moses Itauma, I wouldn't want to put him in there with Daniel Dubois yet. Let him keep becoming a better pro. Let him keep learning. Like, still things to learn as a professional, because the last thing you want, and we just saw a lot of rumblings last night with David Morrell because of this. And I know Mr. Spencer Mrs. Sperry gonna love what I'm about to say, but there was a fight years ago my dad was slightly loosely associated with, where it was Andrew Maynard versus Bobby Ches. Bobby Ches at the time, gold medalist, right down the street.
Heavyweight.
Right down the street. Ray Leonard took him, and he was coming along nice, from what my dad said. And Juice, all of them, they moving him along. And they said, "Oh, we're gonna set him up with Bobby Ches." Dad was in the gym. They said, "No, you not." They said, "No, we're gonna fight Bobby Ches." Because Bobby Ches had been in some wars. He had been in some wars. So when they got to the press conference, Ray, him and Ray came up together. The Matinee Idol and Sugar Ray, they were on every card. They came up together. WG, and he went up there. He said, "Ray, this kid can fight, but he's not ready for me. Well, why are you doing this?" He said, "You looked at Dad told me. He looked at Ray. He said, man, Ray, he's not ready for me. He's a good kid." He said, "Man, you doing this because you think I'm old. That's why you're doing this." He said it at the press conference, from what I was told. Get to the fight, and for a lot of people, of course, Andrew Maynard went on to continue fighting and have a good career, but a lot of people said that changed.
That smashed him.
Andrew Maynard.
Andrew Bam Maynard, yeah?
Come on. Them two knowledges.
right?
The younger knowledge and the senior knowledge.
Right, was Tunde. Seriously, if you watch this brother, he was slick, tall, rangy, Olympic gold medalist, and he could punch as well. I mean, the 88 Olympics, same Olympics that Lennox Lewis won his gold medal, Ray Mercer on the Olympic team as well, won it at heavyweight. This guy was such a good fighter, right? But you know when Bernard Hopkins says, like, you don't give steak to a baby.
Yes, sir.
And that's what they did. And you got to remember, Bobby Ches was a good fighter because Bobby Ches is a two-weight world champion, right? And went up to heavyweight and boxed Holyfield. You know,
what was his record, Mr. Spirit? Remember his record going into the Andrew Main fight was like 41-3.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's a good fighter, man. He's a good fighter. I think it's like 41-5 because I remember he lost to Mustafa Hamilton when he was at. It was a big deal as a middleweight. This guy Bobby Ches was a big deal. And Mustafa Hamilton, you know, a little tough man, Tunde, who would always. It seems like he fought Marvin Hagler every week. He lost to him. Yeah, he lost to him. Then he moved up in weight. Then he had a good run, become IBF champion. He was a good fighter. I remember first time I properly got to watch him, Tunde, was on ITV. We just bought a new video player and I got to watch this brother. Yeah, he was a serious. It was kind of like a little Tyson man, you know. You know, Bobby Ches does the commentary now, but and that's exactly the same thing. I don't think they should be rushing. They're talking. I don't think they should be rushing, especially after last night. They should not be rushing Moses Itauma to fight Daniel Dubois.
But he's number one, isn't he? Number one.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. You take whoever come up from 5 and up. Take them on and keep it moving. And you guys know this, Mr. Spirit, Coach Tunde, y'all know this. You know how you brought up Anthony Yarde. Let's keep it tall. Let's keep it all the way tall here. It wasn't how I was told was when you fighting certain. I remember when Gene Milivinsky, it was Mike Reed, Jared, Damon Nicholson, all of them was in his office. Like they would come in. He said, I know you guys only had like 200 amateur fights and stuff, but it's still the pros. First 3 fights, get your feet wet as a pro. After that, I'm gonna put you a little bit difficult, a little more. So when you get under the big lights, you're ready or whatever. And as you go, you want to see how a guy's turning the corner as looking like a professional, where how he goes with handling, even though he's set up to win, yeah, he's set up to do his thing. It's how you do about it with those guys. And you see little things. And Moses Itauma is showing everybody exactly what you want to see. Like, okay, cool. It's how he's getting the combinations, everything he's taking. Getting sharper, getting more pinpoint with this, setting up this. That's all great. Keep doing that. Who cares if he's number one? Okay, fight 5 and up. 5 and up, keep moving on. Set it up at the right time because you can ruin a kid, man. You can ruin a kid like that.
Because one thing for sure, Daniel is definitely gonna punch, man. He's definitely gonna punch. I don't care how. And I feel that. Listen, Moses got a good team around him. And the thing about it, it's the same fighter mentality. These young men will fight. You tell them there's a fight, they're gonna fight. There are certain guys who are gonna fight. Fabio is gonna fight. Moses is gonna fight. You go to Moses and say Daniel Dubois next. What you think Moses is gonna say? No, he's gonna fight. And so this is why that word has really left the boxing dictionary. Handlers.
Yes.
The old school boxers, and I've had to be a handler and a trainer and a manager in one.
And Tunde, may I say that you've handled the business, my brother.
Bro, it's handling. You have to handle, man. Moses Itauma, in my opinion, is one of the, if not one of the most marketable young boxers around today. And I still don't see the rush. I just don't see it. I don't remember, and again, it's not necessarily rushing because talent is talent. I forgot. I think it might have been Arsene Wenger who said if they're good enough, they're old enough. But he was talking about football and not boxing. But we've seen it. Mike Tyson done it. The thing is that none of us really know until it happens how a person deals with defeat. Because a loss on young Moses' career is, as we know, not going to be, it's the manner of defeat.
Yeah.
If he goes in there with the Terminator, has good early rounds, drops Daniel and everything, and then Daniel keeps monster munching munch, 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 munch. Now we gonna see.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see. And then if there is damage done, we don't really like to talk in the negative, but it's fighting, it's boxing. How is the young man gonna come back for it? Because the reason why I tell people do never bet against Daniel Dubois is because he was trained to be a warrior.
Mm-hmm.
The system that the father has put all three of them. One of them is coming up, Solomon. You're gonna soon hear about Solomon, because every day I see him, he's talking more. He might be the most articulate out of all the three siblings that box. Caroline Dubois is a world champion.
Nasty.
Daniel Dubois is a world champion. Solomon Dubois, and I'm predicting it now, will become a world champion.
No doubt, son. The youth is so special.
So
The youth
this is
is
what I'm trying to say.
fluently.
So you have good boxers, you have great boxers, but you have people, and if you look at the legends, oftentimes there are a few legends that haven't been brought up this way, but you look at the Roy Jones, it's their dad that was giving them some Ross lick.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the Floyd Mayweathers, it's their dad. You look at these guys,
Those are things, son.
and that's what Daniel is. Daniel's come through the system of his father. And that ain't no easy guy to go up against. That's a guy that even when they lose, you know the next day, possibly, they're back training. Go watch the Wakanda film. Wakanda, when they're showing you how the Wakanda warriors train. They're fighting daily. And that is the issue when you put your son against Daniel Dubois. He's a serious guy, Spence.
Not
Junior,
just
go ahead.
that, Mr. Spirit Coach Tunde. But here's another thing. We don't know if Fabio was taught this, but I was always taught by the old timers in the gym, and I don't hear this taught enough anymore. A man is most dangerous when he hurt. I saw Mr. Spirit eyes look up like, yeah, I ain't heard that in a while. Like, the man is most dangerous when he hurt, and he got so hyped when he dropped Daniel, and you saw what Daniel did. He just like, okay, I've been worse hurt than this. Oh, I know everything was going on around. I know where I'm at. I know what's going on. Okay, cool. I just gotta get my balance back, because the shot he got hit with was one of them shots where it just all of a sudden you on the floor. You're like, what the hell am I doing down here? Why the heck? And then you get up like, oh, come on. Like, you're more upset with yourself than anything. You can make sure your feet right. Okay, all right, I feel my feet. I'm good. Let's go back to work. And you have guys, once again, experience level. This guy's already been off the canvas in worse shape. And sat there in, worse shape, and still went back out there. This right here is like, okay, instead of Fabio going back working on his jab, like, okay, I already dropped this guy twice. I got to get to 12. Let me take 5, 6, 7 off. Work on this jab up and down. Keep this guy away from me as much as I can. Pull in, push him. I try to do little things here and there to milk the clock. None of those things was there.
None of
those things was there.
But I mean, I've heard Spence talk about where was the double jab, but could we really expect to see anything more from Fabio, given the experience he's had?
Experience level, yes, sir.
Tunde, yeah?
Yes.
Tunde, I hear that, yeah?
Yes.
But my thing is this, yeah? You have accomplished trainers and statisticians working in your corner.
Yes.
Ben Davison must be accomplished because he's British Border Control Trainer of the Year.
Yes.
So what? So you can't throw a double jab?
No, but listen to what I'm saying, Spence.
I'm listening to you. I heard you.
Yeah, listen to what I'm saying. Like, I hear that, and I hear the Trainer of the Year tag and everything like that. But you do have to remember still, Roger Mayweather told me out of his mouth. He said to me, in order to throw 10 punches in a fight, you would have to have thrown 100,000 punches in training. When you are inexperienced as a fighter and you're going up against guys that have been boxing since they're 5 years old, 4 years old, 7 years old. You can be shouting double jab all
All
night
you
long.
want.
You
Oh,
won't throw it,
Tunde,
Spence.
I hear that.
You
But
won't throw it, bro, because
I hear
you
that.
don't. Because you don't know. Wait.
And Daniel was a
Let me finish.
dog.
Let me land.
Right?
And that's why there's no criticism from me with regards to Fabio or even his trainers. The fact that they got to that level
It's
is
beautiful.
remarkable. But what I'm saying is that regardless of the remarkability, if that's even a word, you're going up against a monster that has been schooled
Yeah.
from
The
young.
experience. Yeah.
The experience. He ain't gonna throw the double jab, Spence. It's just because he hasn't been in the game. I said it. I say it to my guys. I'm like, remember, you man must get down on your knees and thank God daily, because you man are operating at a certain level where it's taken people years to get to that level. Years. So yes, pointing out the errors of this particular fighter, I'd be a bit worried if it was a seasoned fighter and he wasn't doing the basics, which is what you're always saying. And you don't see it no more. The double jab. Oh, I keep seeing this, and I get mad when I keep seeing this feint, the jab. But man, where's the jab? Because man was doing that feint business, and Dubois was coming with one that was rocking man to the hills. So that's what I'm saying. That's the point I'm making, Spence. Go ahead. Sorry.
Still not stop you from throwing a double jab.
Well, listen. I remember I always say every day, boxing is the easiest sport to talk about. Not so
Tunde. You can't do that?
No. That ain't a double jab, Spence. That's some old man flick.
You can't do that? You can't do that?
That weren't a double jab, Spence. Remember,
I'm saying you can't do that. You can't do that, no?
No, Spence.
You can't.
Spence, it's not as easy as that, Governor.
Why is it not as easy as that?
Because life.
If you could, I'm ready for you.
Let me tell you why it's not as easy as that. I'm a trainer. Remember, the great thing that the Fight Is Right listeners have when they're on our show is because they're dealing with man from any perspective. Spencer's been a promoter, manager, trainer, fighter. You're dealing with the real thing. And I'm saying it's not easy like that because power, precision, being able to hand out a game plan is always determined by who's standing in front of you.
Yeah, I hear that, Tunde.
And that pressure.
That's why the things what Fabio was able to get off in other fights, he couldn't do that with Daniel. So yes, the double jab, in theory, is an easy shot to let off. And maybe if they practice for that, because that's where you may have a point.
That's what I was about to say, and you read my mind.
Okay,
right?
Yeah, maybe they never practiced for that, and that was part of your, because that's what we are in the Fight Is Right. We're going from the tactical standpoint and all points. Junior.
And it's different when you got a guy that's that strong, walking you down, cutting the ring off, dropping his weight on you.
To the listeners, because Tunde knows this, yeah? It is easier to put your jab out and touch the target than it is to throw a right hand.
Yes.
He was throwing wild right hands from out of range as well.
Yeah, but that's the experience, man. That's what I'm telling you. It's like you're punching through a force field. When a man, they kept talking about power, Fabio's power, and obviously Daniel's power is unquestionable. But even that, you never see no power shots on Usyk because it's Usyk standing in front of you. We never see no power shots from AJ on Usyk or Tyson Fury on Usyk because it's Usyk standing in front of him. So considering I mean, AJ Fury, all these guys had amateur experiences. Wardley never had that. It's a white collar man, and that's why it was just foolish that anyone ever. And I mean, if there's a rematch, which I'm not calling for that rematch. If there's a rematch, Daniel might do that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was shouting, if he throw the left hook after the right hand, it would have been Good Night
It's
Nurse.
over. He would have been in worse shape. Yeah, I
It would have
mean,
been worse. It would have been Good
and
Night
you
Nurse. And
know,
then go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry, Coach Tune, but to your point, I was gonna say like, and you know, Mr. Spirit, Coach Tune, you got a guy like Daniel Dubois, and you fighting. Okay, we're gonna fight Fabio again. At best, you're gonna tell him, hey, first round, let's just not get Coleman that stool. Let's see what this kid loading up with. Then after that, he's sitting on the stool. All right. Anything you worried about? Nope. All right, man. Start putting this kid, man. Push him back. We getting rid of this kid now. We gonna make a statement. We stopped him in this round. Last fight, we stopped. Remember when Aaron Pryor fought Alexis Arguello? Knocked him out in 10 instead of 14. Beat him up worse.
Lady Shan says,
yeah.
Lady Shan says they have a rematch clause. I would definitely predict Daniel by total destruction, like what Fabio did to Clark in the rematch. It's very possible. I'm not, as I said, I wouldn't be rushing or calling for that rematch. But let us again move away from Daniel slightly for a minute and ask what we feel will be next for Fabio Wardley.
Rest, recuperation. I won't put him even. I'll tell him just like this. Like I told a particular fighter who I won't name, who I was helping in his corner and in his camp. I bet not see you at this gym. I bet not see you come around this gym. But the only time I should hear your voice is when we get on the PlayStation.
It's when we get on the PlayStation, man.
Yup. That's
He needs
it.
a good rest.
Like,
Fabio needs a good rest.
6 months at least.
What he's achieved is just incredible. And I'm not gonna stop singing praises to him, but you know, it is sad, you know, from what I'm hearing, his mum was shouting, you know, listen, you're my hero still. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. When you're dealing with people's children, you got to know who's in the corner. You got to know who's in the corner. And you know, one thing where I've always pride myself on not disrespecting no trainers unless they take swings at me. Trainers. Because I'm like, bro, there's supposed to be a code amongst trainers. So if you start dissing one another, I'm like, you've broken the code.
Yeah.
But I've even lost my point. I was getting so passionate about the point I was gonna make. Carry on talking, gentlemen. It will come to me.
What I'm saying is this, yeah?
Yeah.
There's a code among trainers, which I hear you are a fantastic trainer and manager.
Yes.
And there's also a code among fighters, and you've been a professional fighter.
Yes.
Right? And my perspective of what I'm talking about is mine coming from or being a professional fighter and seeing people, yet again, as far as I'm concerned, play with somebody's life. Right? Now,
yeah. So before I forget, what I was gonna say, Spence, is that I know for trainers in that moment, because remember, they've never been in that position. This is the first time they've had real turbulence. And so the O was on the line. So this is where, again, you have to think about the health of your fighter. Because all this lights, camera, Fabio comes back, you know, you start believing all this shit. What you're hearing, you know, he's gonna come back, pull it out of the you know, pull it out from nowhere and drop that. Nah, that was never gonna happen. And that's where I feel that there was a bit of incompetence there from the corner. But I'm not putting the blame down to one man. I'm putting the blame down to whoever was the voice, the number one voice in that corner. And I thought that was Rob. So, because I saw Ben on the outside, I thought it was Rob. I didn't know it was Ben Spence. I didn't know Ben was the number one trainer. And so if he's the number one trainer, if he's the guy that everyone is listening to in terms of giving the decisions and the instructions on the night, then he should have been the one to stop the fight. If it was Rob, then it's Rob that. We can't be passing around the buck now. We can't be passing around the buck. Someone has to take responsibility. Because as you said, Spencer, it's someone's child. And if it was their child that was in there with Herman, as I called Daniel, Herman, the monster, would you let your son take that kind of beating? And that's what I think. It's like the beating was just too much. blood, carrot everywhere, and you're just seeing Daniel boom, 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 boom. But and it was
Doing his
as Miss
job.
Rings, as Miss Ringside said, it was kind of awful to watch at a certain point in time. It became awful to watch because Fabio showed so much heart and determination. He was never gonna quit, and I feel that's where the fighter is actually waiting for you, whether they say it or not, to be the one to throw in the towel. So I think we've gone back to it because it's such a serious subject. But
Yeah.
we said that Fabio needs rest. After he comes back, would you like an easy touch for him, or
2.
two? Yes, that's what I was thinking myself. And we got to get past this thing where we're thinking, no. But again, if the fighters are demanding certain amounts of money, then this is where again the trainer has to say something. Because I know the manager has a certain role to play, but I've said this from the very beginning. The trainer is the most important person to the fighter inside the ring. Because the trainer is the one, or in my case, in and outside the ring, but the trainer is the one who feels that energy every single day. You know when you come on, man. We all know when your fighter is being despondent. We all know when your fighter is not doing what he's supposed to be doing because his mind is somewhere else. That's why Don Charles gave Daniel Dubois the African 2-piece last night. He gave him the Nigerian 2-piece. It was so quick. That right hook, left hook from Don Charles last night in the 5th round. I was like, my goodness gracious. But he
But it
felt
changed the proximity of the fight, Tunde.
100% go watch that round again. Round 5. It changed Dubois' mindset because Don said Daniel's mind is a mind that will drift off. See? Daniel's mind. Remember, Don was the one getting the flack in the Usyk fights. Don ain't getting no flack now. Don
Nope.
was, and you know why? Because Don don't care about what next man's saying. He don't care about the negatives coming from people, this, that. He cares about Daniel Dubois. And he's a proud Nigerian as well. So that even doubles up the protection. Because Don is like, we are not losing tonight. No way are we losing. Baba, hold that. 2-piece in rapid succession. It's like,
Yep.
bro, Daniel had to wake up. Wherever Daniel was.
Wake up, get it together, man.
Daniel might have been in New Cross. Or Daniel might have been with his Brazilian thing. Daniel might have been with his Brazilian thing. Don's like, nah, get out of here, babe. We are here to fight. Let's, and that is a sign of someone knowing who's in front of them. And ultimately, I've said this for years, and my guys in the gym will always back me up. They will always back me up. I said, bro, sometimes when man's slacking, I said, bro, are you mad or something? When everything goes down, don't you know it's your parents that's going to be coming to me?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be saying, oh, it was you that sent my son in there. They're not your parents. The parents ain't going to be thinking about no tactical thing. They're going to be saying, it's you, Tunde. So that's why I won't take no slacking. I will shout at my guys. I'm like, bro, what's this? That's shit. Yeah, bro. People
Or kick
have
him out the
seen
gym.
People see me arguing in the gym, thinking that other fighters going to my guys, bro. I can't take that from unks. I would not take that. But as Spencer said, that's the seriousness of this sport.
Yeah.
Boxing is not something to be played at, and boxing is not a game to be played at, and it's a sport where the trainers, I'm gonna say it, the trainers, the managers, the advisors, as they are called now, yeah, the trainers, the managers, the advisors. You got your nice shirt on, your nice suit. When these boys are fighting, you're going home, you're jumping in your car with no headache.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got you ain't got your busted eye and your ears all bent out of shape.
Pissing blood.
Pissing blood. So you are the one who's supposed to say, no, brother. It's time to stop. You're not taking no more. You know, that's if you have a vested interest in the protection of your fighter. Not no, oh, this is some wicked fight for the, nah. Because 1-2 years after this fight is finished, your fans are gone. Your fans are on to the next guy. And that's the bitter truth of the sport of boxing. This is why I don't begrudge no fighter earning millions. I want them to earn the millions because they are the ones ultimately taking the punishment. It's just the sport. It's just this is what boxing is.
And I'm sorry, I have to say this, Coach. To your point, I have to say this. The part that they do not see is a lot of the punishment is in the gym. All of it, a lot of the great fighters, when they wind up hitting that wall, whatever, where it's like harder for them to snap out of it, do their thing in the ring, and they get old in a sense in one round. That's all of that all them years catching up to them. And all of a sudden, in one round, they just get old, and it's like, all right, it's over. And it's like, man, them fans ain't gonna be there.
I'm gonna be real. I'm always real. In certainly in cases like this, maybe when it comes to hiding the ice cream and telling them look, don't eat ice cream, but I'm eating the most ice cream at home, it might be different. But I'm keeping it real. There's a fighter that I trained, and this fighter felt fit to go on YouTube and start chatting shit about me. Yeah, things and saying things that were never me. Yeah,
yes, sir.
And the reason is that we had a spar. Yeah, and he got punched up in the spar, and it was from a pum pum. I'm like, bro, you can't box. Hey, you both done your career. You can't box like that. You can't go and fight like that. That means you're not a fighter. And because of that, I cared so much for this guy. I actually gave him the platform when I'm just being real. He didn't deserve the platform. But if you're with me, one thing any boy that's with me can know for sure that I'm going to back you 1,000,000%. And it's been proven throughout the years. But I told this particular fighter, you can't fight. Bro, you can't fight. I saw the family and you cool. Said, what happened to you and this particular fighter? I said, bro, I told the family straight, you can't fight. That's before you get in the thing.
I remember, I know you're talking about as well, too. I remember the fight.
That's before you get in the thing, let alone you're in the fight, you're getting plummeled. And then I'm gonna let you just keep getting plummeled. I just can't live with that.
Yeah.
I'd rather live with the criticism of maybe sometimes even from the fighter. The fighter saying, why did you stop the fight? Why did you stop the fight? I'd rather deal with that than worry about what everyone on the outside is saying. Because the fighter will see in a few years.
In a few years with his kids.
In a few years, all these girls that's hitting you up now, you will see they're gone.
Right. So what I'm saying, Tunde, is irrespective of who should have called for the fight to be stopped, yeah? The fight should have been stopped, Tunde.
Yes, I'm not going to disagree.
Right. That's it. That's all. I don't care which one it is. This Ron, Ben, Barry.
No, but it's only Ben's name I'm hearing though. That was my
Lee
point.
Wiley. The reason why, but Tunde, this is how it goes. He's the prominent person there.
Okay.
Right, he's the worldwide prominent person. He's the trainer of the year. You understand? And you're there, you're in the camp. Because if you're the one, he'd be taking the credit from it.
Facts.
I can tell you that now. If you're the one, we'd be seeing videos all on. We practice this shot, all on Instagram. So no, you're laughing, but it's the truth.
No,
so,
facts.
So what I'm trying to tell these guys, like yesterday I was very, very animated. I said some foul language about these men there because that's how passionate I am, right? I take back the foul language because young people could have been watching, right?
Yeah, young people was watching, Spence.
Right, but it is what it is, right? But they have to understand I'm passionate about this thing, right? It's not for me saying that I'm taking out anything on them. I'm just saying this. We're going around on this thing and I'm saying this. The fight, everybody knows. There's not one person, right? Not one person would turn around and say that fight shouldn't be stopped. The fight should be stopped.
Yeah.
Who should have said it is semantics. The corner, that means your team. Somebody said a Ross Clark said it. No one ever said it. Nobody never said it.
What Clark was that? Sorry.
Yeah, you know what I said, right? Nobody ever said it, right? So therefore, I mean, no one ever said it, Ton. Nobody never said it, right? And when I'm getting people from Danny Dubois' team who have seen the videos and that and they're sending me a message, you're absolutely right. That is the opposition, you know, saying, nah, you're absolutely right. I ain't got no more to say on the matter. Right? I ain't got no more to say on the matter, Tunde.
No, I mean, you know me, I've not said that you're wrong in
No,
nothing.
of course I'm not wrong. No,
Yeah.
Tunde, you could say I'm wrong. I could be wrong for you, but I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. I am not wrong. So no, I'm not. No. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Trust me.
I think the time when definitely they should have stopped the fight is when Fabio done that little drunk man walk. Remember they stopped and then he done a little drunk man walk. I said,
what
yeah,
is that?
that's the
That
time
means
to
that your brain is discombobulated, you know? Right? Your brain is discombobulated. You can't walk properly. Right? It was, and you could see like the brother had nothing left in him. Right? So a man could have turned around and said, right then, we're gonna save you, but was it but it's a world title and you did do it against Hooney. Hooney can't hit a third as hard as Daniel Dubois.
But that's what I said. That's what I said. You can't make that comparison because you're just talking about two different animals. You're just two different animals.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes. Yeah, it was round 8. It was round 8. It was round 8 when his legs went
right, round 8. So right there. So round 8. So then he still happened to come out for round 9 and round 10 and round 11. Madness!
Green Diamond Boxing said Ben said he didn't see Fabio's legs stumble. Why didn't someone have eyes on him?
No, they had eyes on. Oh, they had eyes on him, but they were thinking about that.
Okay, right. Now, all right. Now I'm saying I've worked in corners. Me and Tony's worked corners with fights as well, right? And we're watching the fighter. Our focus on the fighter, not the fight per se, but the fighter. And you said you didn't see him stumble. So what fight were you watching? Or were you enamored by the crowd?
Well, again, these are all questions. Dan, you want to say something, Junior?
Yeah, Coach Tunde, Mr. Spirit, did y'all see the David Morrell thing? Like a lot
we're gonna touch on that now.
Okay.
You know what? It's a shame I ain't got Zach or the father's number, especially because this man has been putting on posts since this young man started boxing. When he was a super middleweight, my son, British super middleweight, champion of the world, inshallah. Then the post changed slightly. It was my son, super middleweight, light heavyweight, champion of the world, inshallah. Last, Spencer will bear me witness. When this fight was made, I said, these men don't know Zach Chelly. This is like a Ruiz AJ situation. I'm saying you're thinking that this is an easy fight. This ain't no easy fight. Because I know Zach and I know the passion of his father. I know that his dad believes in his very DNA that his son will be champion of the world. And you see that kind of spirit. We always talk about boxing as a spiritual sport. You see that kind of spirit, that grit. I remember Daniel Dubois' dad. I remember me and him had a little catch up. I don't think it was a big catch up or something. But Daniel's dad said to me, Tunde, you know he's going to be champion of the world. That's what Daniel's dad said to me. Daniel was maybe, I don't know, 6-0, 7-0 them time there. And he said to me, I'm just telling you, Daniel's going to be champion of the world. That's a father. So I'm saying like the Americans, they were not aware of this. Is why you got, when you're a trainer, you got to be a boxing worm. You don't just look at the top of the tree. You have to look at these man, the weight below that, the weight above, and the weight above that. And you got to see these little creeper man coming through.
Yep.
These guys that are losing at championship level, but they're not getting hurt. They're just losing against a more experienced. Point in case, I was there the night Callum Simpson beat Zach Chelly because Joe Cadu was on the bill. And I remember saying to Zach, I said, bro, where's your dad? He said, I'm not training with my dad. I said, bro, you better go back to your dad. All these men, you better get back to your dad. I told him, Spencer. And so when I saw this fight, I went onto Zach's dad's page. I said, I'm so happy for father and son. Go out there and enjoy your moment. David Morrell come to Manchester, think he's going to be doing some Cuban little two-step dance. Salsa business. He don't know Zach was a massive super middleweight that really is a natural light heavyweight. And the dad being a former fighter as well, all this plays a part. Because that means that when the father has been boxing and brings his son into the son is already downloaded with certain information. And that thing passes on. This is why Floyd was like the 4th generation of fighters. The dad, Roger, Jeff, then the thing landed on Floyd's head. And that's the power of that kind of lineage, as Spencer told me, is not lineage. Lineage, yeah. When you understand what I'm saying? So the father has passed this thing and the determination. And Zach, I'm not gonna back against his dad. His dad said he's gonna be the light heavyweight champion of the world. Well, let's see. All I know, last night he knocked out a 2-weight world champion in David Morrell.
Bro, that's mad.
They totally underestimated him because I think he done so well, or not well, but he competed against Benavidez. But then remember, David Morrell I was there ringside. David Morrell got dropped against Katayev. In his previous fight. And I think that may have been his first fight with Salas. Because prior to that, he was with Ronnie Davis. Not Ronnie Davis. Why do I always say Ronnie Davis?
Ronnie Shields.
Ronnie Shields. And now you've left Ronnie Shields, you get dropped in the next fight and knock out in your next fight.
Well, all I'm saying is this. We can argue that is the best win of any current light heavyweight.
1,000,000%. I'm not gonna lie.
Right? That is the best win.
And why I keep saying these men always think I got a vendetta against them. Callum Smith had the opportunity to fight David Morrell. And that fight, in terms of the finances, the business side, which I deal with as well, would have made Callum a few quid. Now, I mean, where's the big money fight now? You're gonna fight Benavidez? You're gonna fight Bivol? That would be a big money fight. But Bivol's fighting his man. See, the point I'm trying to make is that these opportunities, they don't come very often. And if you don't grab them with both hands, a Zach Chelly might just come along and teeth your opportunity. Even though Callum has still got the interim, and but he has to show anyway, I heard him last night say he's back in the gym training. So it's I mean, the whole light heavyweight landscape took another turn last night. What are they saying in the US?
A lot of people are shocked. And because but here's the thing about Dave Murray, he was coming up nice. And I'll never get hard work. He said as soon as they started saying the whole Benavidez rumbling, that's it too soon. Like he said too soon. They said this kid ain't even got 20 fights yet. Like he's coming along nice, but it's still some things he needs to learn as a professional. That's how
Mm.
my dad felt. So, and I said, "You think so hard work?" He's like, you don't think?" He said, "Yeah, I mean, the kid can fight, but Benavidez might throw too many punches for him, and this kid needs to. He hasn't been tested enough. You need to put him in there with some guys that's gonna push him back, get him ready for Benavidez. Now it's time he getting rid of all these guys that he's pushing back. Put him in there with a guy who's gonna stay and try to get on the inside with him, make him have to pivot with his jab and step around the guy, little stuff." So yeah, okay, he's starting to get a little bit better for Benavidez because when you fight Benavidez, he's gonna come forward, he's gonna throw out 8-5, he's gonna throw anywhere between 3 to 8 punch combinations. So you got to be able to sit there and turn this guy and be able to move when you can, and then control that. You got to be in a certain type of shape for that. And if you're just
Mm.
walking through guys, it's not gonna always, be okay. Now, because of the business side and everything falling apart with Colin, it's like people don't understand, and I cannot stress this enough to people. I keep saying this. You guys just do not understand how quickly your whole pay grade can get cut in half by one loss.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Y'all
Don't
don't
even
understand, bro.
don't even go there.
Like, y'all don't understand. Like, you have fights where you have certain fighters where they get to a certain level and they get a minimum or whatever. Yes.
Yes,
But there
yes,
are fights where you lose and your whole pay grade gets cut in half.
yes, sir. More than half.
More than half sometimes. I've seen it. Like, I've seen like, wait, what? I've talked to a fight. I'm like, huh? And one
And that
time it was a guy. He
that
got robbed. He got
mm,
robbed. And they say, yeah, we in this promotional team. I even seen Robert Garcia talk about this in an interview. He said we had a kid who got robbed, and the promotional team knew he got robbed, and said, yeah, but because of the promotional contract and everything, how to deal with this, yeah, you still gotta fight now for this much instead of this much.
yeah,
You
I've always never tried to focus on the skullduggery part of boxing because I feel energy goes where energy flows. But these are factual. It's factual. It happens to a lot of fighters, and I mean the question is, it's prize fighting. So would you rather have a shiny belt or a shiny bank account?
Yes, sir.
That's the question. So these guys, I say boxing is a sport that should be on in terms of pay scale parallel with football because I just feel like these young men are literally putting everything on the line, and it's only till you get to a certain level where you're paid. By which time, most times you have massive teams where you got to chop, cut this, cut that, and the fighter usually is left with very little.
Mm.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so there are so many facets to the sport of boxing which happens on the inside of the ring and the outside of the ring, which the general public and fans don't know about, which again is added pressure. Sometimes it's like they want you to fight a danger fight for small money.
Yep.
Yeah, say that, but I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that. I want the bigger fight, which may be a dangerous fight, but that's what I'm taking to Halifax and Barclays Bank. I ain't taking no intercontinental belt or any belt to Barclays Bank because they're not cashing that. So there's a lot to do with boxing, but suffice to say, want to keep on track with the boxing itself. And all I can say is Zach Chelly last night could have well changed his life.
Yep.
Um, in terms of the
I
whole
hope that it has.
the landscape. Yeah. Let's hope. Let's hope. There wasn't nothing on the line last night, from what I know. It was a 10 rounder, right? It was a 10 round schedule fight. There wasn't nothing on the line, but he's just gone and beaten the number one in the WBO. So in theory, Zach should take that ranking now. I don't know how. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. But I don't think that. I mean, it's about stages of career, and now I think maybe a good fight for Zach will be Bradley Ray, who beat Liam Cameron last night on the same bill. They was expect Liam Cameron was he said that his manager told him that there's an opportunity to fight Yard or Boatsi if he were to win that fight. I don't know how that was gonna work out, but that's what he said his manager told him. Um, so Brad Ray has gone and, you know, both guys have gone and ripped up the script. So that would be a good fight between the two of them, Brad Ray and Zach Shelley. And again, that will move him up the rankings. Legitimately, listen, Zach is a. I've watched him. I know, you know, I've spoken to the dad on numerous occasions. Great fighter. So that was the other fight further down the bill. I think that was the biggest shock of the night. Zach Shelley defeating David Morrell. I'm trying to think who else. Echo the Echo Man engine. Coming up short against Jack Rafferty, who has now moved to the welterweight division. Another great story. You know, I think a year or so ago, he was in a hospital bed, and now he's a champ. You know, so great story for Jack Rafferty, bringing a mix to the 147 division. I mean, the 147 division right now, Golden Boy, has got to be one of the best divisions in boxing.
Yes, it is. Like, especially with you have so much talent going from 35 to 47.
Yes,
and you know that it's so interchangeable. All these guys are gonna go to 47 soon. Oh,
no, that's you, Spence.
What, you can hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, sir.
You can't hear Junior.
No, I can't hear Junior. Let me jump out and jump back in.
All right.
Okay, sir. And you got all, and it's just now it's just all about the fights getting made, in my opinion. Now it's just about the timing and everything happening the right way with the fights happening. But it's so much talent there, and it's now just gonna be who's gonna make the fights, who's gonna be the one to sit there and set it up, and be like, all right, I'm gonna get the ball rolling. But I think that it will happen. I really do. And you got a lot of talk here in the States about Oh, first I really want to say this because I know I'm on the on a UK platform. Sam Eggington, thank you for all you gave. Thank you for everything you gave us. Enjoy retirement.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy it.
Sam Eggy Egerton, guy is an absolute warrior, and he's been around for so long. Like, you know, this guy, he's a proper guy. I could say he went out on his shield. And so yes, happy retirement. Yeah, continue, brother.
So, but in the States, a lot of us are talking about Zuffa. A lot of us. Oh yes, a lot of, and the way I spoke about it when I was on the Boston was, you know, I've heard a lot of people say this, even in the gyms. A few of my close teammates, little cousins, are signed to Zuffa.
What's the matter with this thing, man?
Well, we can hear you though, Spence.
It's all good. I can still hear you, Mr. Spencer. Like, but they, you know, they're signed now to Zuffa. And that's like now they trying to get the big fighters and they're putting out everything. It's gonna be interesting to see how the fights happen on that end too, because now they're really making noise. That's gonna be another thing with these divisions, because you know they're not doing tweener divisions anymore in their thing.
So where Zuffa is concerned, are they saying that unless you come over to Zuffa, you cannot fight on their platform?
Honestly, I don't know, but that's what it looks like. I don't know 100%, but to me, that's what it looks like. Like, because I mean, just look at the landscape of it. Look at the landscape of it. When you come over there, you have to come to their weight class. You could choose not to wear their stuff. Like, you could still wear your outfit. You just don't get the bonus or whatever. But certain things, you're going over there, and Opataya got told, okay, well, if you fight on their platform, you gotta, your blood, sweat, and tears that you put in for that red belt that we gave you got to give it back. Like, you know, and on Zuffa, you know, so it's a lot of things on Zuffa, and I'm still figuring it out myself with talking to certain fighters and talking to certain pundits. So I'll definitely have more information soon.
Spence, are you there?
I'm here, man.
Okay, you can hear. Again, would you? I mean, go. I don't know if it's going off subject because it's also. Is Zuffa good for boxing?
I mean,
we have to see. We can't make that decision.
Yeah.
Right, we don't know. Is good. How do we know? They've just come around already. They're trying to get rid of the Muhammad Ali Act, right? They're trying to put things on their own.
Yeah, because I know there's going to be a lot of people out there, just like me. Explain this Muhammad Ali Act.
The Muhammad Ali Act. Go on then.
Yes. All right. So the Muhammad Ali Act was because of, if people really know the story, Muhammad Ali, what his money was getting cut up in more ways than just Don King. It wasn't just Don King, and it was put a certain way to where you had to have certain stipulations with the fighters for their purse to be going a certain way. And from what looks like Zoop was trying to do, they're trying to put it under the same staple and revise it to make it like, from what a lot of people tell me, it's like the UFC. And the UFC, how they have it, it's more for the company than the fighter. And I remember I made a video a while back where I said, if you go to Zuffa, you have to count your coins now. You have to, even more so now, because now you have to be comfortable with a fight that you know in your heart should be giving you 5 million. You're going to get 1.5, 1.3, and you have to be okay with that. And that's because if you look at the staple of the UFC, that's been the biggest thing. Only person who really got the biggest money was Connor, and that's because how he promoted himself and everything. He was getting the 3 and the 5 and million and things like that. But no one else really was touching it like that. So now it's looking in a way of, if you go there, I have heard fighters say, I've never been treated better. Or how long until certain things, you know how it is, always good in the beginning.
Yes, yes. I mean, the talk is Shakur's going there. How, and Devon is supposed to be going there. How true is this? Also, I don't know where I may have flicked it that Conor Ben reportedly has signed $130 million deal, but it's dependent. It's like, yeah, look at both of you. You're like, what?
$130 million deal.
That's what I read, bro. It might have been some AI thing, but apparently, apparently, it's dependent on the fight. You know, like you got to win this fight, then the next fight. And there was a comment that said, "Bro, he ain't winning the first fight, so forget about the 130 million." So, if that is the kind of money that is being thrown away or given out, not thrown away, that sounds disrespectful, given to Conor, that's got to be a game changer, right?
Oh yeah, but you could best believe they're not gonna throw that type of money out unless there's gonna be certain, as you know, stipulations in that contract and points in that contract that he's gonna have to meet. I don't care what fighter it is. You have, Richardson Hitchens gone over,
Yes,
Edgar Belonga's
yes,
gone over. Those
yes.
are the and you have Julian Hammerhands Rodriguez, who I came up with in the amateurs. He went over. I think he fights tonight. Um,
Oh,
a
they've got a
lot
show
of young
tonight, right?
prospects.
They've got a
They have
show
a show
tonight.
tonight. Yep. So a
Mm.
lot of those guys have signed now. It's another fighter. I can't mention it yet because he hasn't announced it, so I can't say it, but I will announce it soon. But there's a young prospect coming up who just fought on the zone. He's signing, and he should be popping up on there as well as a good prospect. So now it's all going to be, what's going to happen with these world titles? What's going to be, how, that's what I want to know. What's going to happen with the world titles? What's going to happen with the contracts? And all of these things, we could say it all day, but they still ain't even been around a year. So now it's just
Yes,
over a little time. Now it's just all time will tell.
yes, sir. Thank you, Sammy, for the 26. It says Fabio's injury to the nose. Docs were having a looking at having an early look. That's true. I don't think we've said as much as can be said on the Fabio Wardley situation, and really, that was really the highlight of everything last night. And this is all the aftermath. What happens next? We both know that both guys are going to take a long rest. Um, thing about boxing, what I've noticed as a trainer is that it's all boxing talk. You can never win, really, because you know that one day will be your day, and another day will be your day. That's why I agree with Lady Shanna's like, bruv, you can't take this thing personal. It's just
Mhm.
it's such an emotional sport, and there could always be something that you can do better, or something that you didn't do that you should have done. And I guess when you're, you know what? I saw it, Bobby, and I was like, well, I'm not even. I don't. But you know what? It's just that it's Sunday, and I'm easing down. But you know what? I'm gonna search for this little Uncle Shegun. It's always these little Nigerian bots that come with their foolishness. But once I see them, I block them. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's no longer. He can go 805 and eat some suya. and some abula, because he's gone. He's out of here. Get out of here, man. Anyway, yeah. So, um, I don't know. What's the next big event? What's the,
Oh, the next big
hold on.
boot.
How was that fight last night with the light heavyweight boy? What's his name? With a bald head. Because I saw Salita posting some clips. I'm like, bruv, where's the knockout? I saw TKO. I was like, this is rubbish. But he seems to be. He fought ex-world champion in Gongora, who Lerone Richards beat.
Yes.
For that belt. How was his performance, and how is he as a fighter?
Oh, he did okay. He did okay. I think he's working on, he said that now he's learning that, stop looking for the stoppage so much. Just work on things and let it come as it comes. And I think that was a part of last night. I'm gonna go back and watch the tape again. But he's good. Calvo's good. But it's like what I said about the Boots thing. Boots can fight. Calvo can fight. Both are in shape. You could get away with doing certain things to certain guys when they're not.
Oh, wait there. So you're putting Calvo in the same category as Boots?
No. In this staple, when it comes to, when they slick with the time, when they slick and they, they showmen, they try to make sure they bring the crowd and everything. And it's beautiful because he knows how to market himself and he knows how to, pull the crowd into it. And he has the charisma for days. And that's great. And he can make, he do little things to make the crowd go, ooh, and everything. Make the casual fan want to go, oh, that kid who had the outfit on, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
But he hasn't had that fight yet where he's gonna be pushed. Like he's supposed to win, but it's that gatekeeper guy that's gonna push him enough.
Yes.
That time will come, and I always tell you could do certain things and make certain guys look bad when they're not on your level and you're in shape.
Again, it's who's in front of you.
Yeah, so I think it's time now to where he has to have that, it's almost time for him to have that gatekeeper because he has two good, I think he has WBC, USA, and I want to say he has WBI Continental. I have to double check.
IBF,
but he won both. IBF. And he won those. And those to me, I hate that. I remember growing up and seeing ESPN fights, 2008 fights with USBA and NABF meant you were in line for a title shot. These days, the belts on our end in the States don't have as much heaviness like you guys have kept your belts with the Commonwealth and then having the British and having the Lonsdale. That means something more over there. Like we've lost value with certain belts on this side that let you know you're a contender. But he's now, I think, at that phase where you have to put him in it with certain guys to where when that world title shot comes or he's in there and he wins the world title and he gets a guy who really trying not to lose that night, he's ready for the adjustment.
Let me just say, Fighters Right listener, Spencer's eyes has been on his phone all night, and you know why? Because he's reading the comments. That's what he's doing. I can tell everybody that Spencer's just reading comments about, and then after the show, Spencer's gonna say, "Look at this little pussy hole. He's there saying this about me. He's there saying that about me." That's what Spencer's doing right now, people. So I'm just letting you know that's what Spencer's on today. Because as I said, he's it's not really controversial. He's just talking the truth, but people are coming at all different angles for at him. And listen, it comes with the territory. This is how it goes.
They're not.
One question, Golden Boy, I want to ask you, and it's a question that I feel like boxing fans want to know: will Shakur ever end up fighting Tank Davis or Devin Haney? And if he does, who is gonna come out on top of the three kings? Haney, Tank, or Shakur?
Okay. These kids I watched come up in the amateurs, I've been closer more to Tank and other because I was close to y'all, but Shakur will always, be around everything. Me, him, Mikey Fox had conversations at Rosecroft. They both have known each other so many years and sparred each other. I do believe the fight. Shakur, Shakur and Tank. Yeah, they even when Tank was getting ready to fight for his first world title, who he bring in camp? He brought Shakur.
Okay.
Yeah, so they been around each other for years. Devin, Ryan, all of them. So here's the thing. To me, it's the money of all of it. It's the money side. That's going to be the thing. But when it comes to Shakur and Tank, if you're talking skill, Shakur, we all know he got the skill with Tank, but there's only one issue. Can he keep Tank off of him? And the hand injuries that he has had in the past few years, that's going to make it a little bit more difficult to keep him off him. But he could catch Tank at the right time with the right amount of distractions and get him on any given night. But the difference is, my father always, hard work always say, it's a punch of sport at the end of the day. You can do everything right. You can be doing everything right.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden you get caught with that 8 ounces, and all of a sudden you're like, what's going on?
So I mean, what were some of those spars like? Did you ever witness any of them?
No, I didn't witness
the
any.
way Tank talks, he's like, bro, these boys can't F with me. They know once I hit them, it's good night nurse. So I don't know.
Okay. You want to go there? Let's go
yeah,
there.
man. Let's go there, man.
All right. I wasn't there, but everybody knows I get a lot of messages to my phone. I get a lot of, people hit me up about this happened, that happened. How I was always raised in the gym, sparring and sparring. You're gonna have bad days in the gym, good days in the gym. It's all about getting sharper, whatever. So I never hung too much on it. It's when the nonsense back and forth starts, and then the sparring session becomes an unsanctioned real fight. Okay, so
yeah.
it become a doghouse thing. So when the biggest misconception about Tank is about Kenny Box. When he fought Pitbull, when me and Dad sat there and watched that fight, I said, I don't know why people acting all shocked. This is just the Tank we grew up watching at Rosecroft, at JC's and the amateurs, at nationals. That's him. And he could do other things too. He can box with anyone. If he's on point, he can box with any of them. Now, the difference is, from what I was told and by multiple people, was all them guys can box with Tank too. Just until they exchange and they get caught in the middle of something.
So has he been caught? That's what I want to know.
Tank has said, this is not JR talking. This is Tank said this out of his own mouth multiple times on multiple platforms. In quotes, I spar all of them. And I cracked all of them. They know he can't catch. Once he get hit, it's over. Even Adrian Broner, who was there, and other people who were there told me, and Adrian Broner said it on platforms, and people who were there, wind up hitting me up. Oh, I see them when they come here and they tell me, hey man, he hit Devin. That Devin was right. Tank was not even in the best of shape, and got in there, did what he did. And yes, Devin's a grown man now. Of course, I get it. But take the 16s off. Pick your weapon. Or what 8 ounce you want.
Alvin, you know what? My boy Alvin is watching this, and me and him is gonna be talking about this tomorrow in the gym, man. We be gonna say, take the 16s off, man. Put the 8 ounces on, man.
What bearing you want? You want Grant? You want Reyes? What you want? Night,
man. All right,
that's the difference.
It's a question, and I guess it's a fight that hopefully one day we will see between, them little golden boys. That free. Pick your weapon, man. That's what I'm saying. Pick your weapon. We want to see the fight. But yeah, I think we've gone over everything tonight. Listen, it has been a wonderful show.
Thank you so much for joining, my son.
Correspondent, Baby Knowledge, Baby Junior Golden Boy. It's just been a great one. Listen, it's boxing. 1 week it might be you. 1 week it might be another trainer. There's always something to talk about boxing, and so whoever it is, whether it's Ben Davison, Rob, Fabio, whoever it is, whatever team, you just got to take the rough with the smooth sometimes. Don't take it too personal. You know how people are. People are very fickle. They just need something to talk about on that particular day. Tomorrow, everyone's back to their same thing, and we're waiting to see the next drama in the sport of boxing next week. Hamza Shiraz goes for the, I think it's the WBO world title, or super middleweight world title. Hamza.
He's fighting for the WBO.
I think so. I believe so. It is. I believe so. I might be wrong. And obviously, the return of Alexander Usyk against this Rico man. Rico is gonna get dealt with like Batman. Because he ain't no kickboxer man is testing Alexander Usyk.
I have no interest in that fight.
Yeah, but it's gonna be watching. What
Tune
I
up.
guess is it gonna be like a early evening fight or early morning fight? So I know it's in Egypt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
But yeah. People saying big up the baby knowledge. So you're getting the tag, Joke Golden Boy. You're getting the tag, baby knowledge. So we know. And it's good, man. It's good to hear just a different accent. I'll be honest with you. I always get gassed when I hear the American accent. And just
I get gas when I hear you guys' accent.
Yeah.
I get
for
gas when I
sure.
hear y'all though.
Yeah, it's vice versa, man. All the way around the board. Great. Listen, everyone, we've had a fantastic amount of viewers watching us today, listening to everything we have to say. And all I can say where Ben Davison is concerned, listen, keep plugging away, mate. Listen, we all make mistakes as trainers. And we try not to make it. I've always had a saying: mistakes shall not exist. Not that they won't happen, but we don't want them to exist. So if you feel that there was an error, just take a look at yourself. What did Michael Jackson say? Look at the man in the mirror. Take a look at yourself and make a change. So for everyone that joined us tonight, beautiful comments. Come on, David Kenny, Joe Barrow, Andrew Johnson, Crowton Limit, Dream It, Believe It, Become It, Old Tight, Skyline of the Editor, so much. David Kenny, ND, listen, Yemi X, Bobby Wright, Jay Lang's Box, 8 Franks, Brick House Capital, you don't know, old type brother. Yeah, it's been a good one. It has been a good one. And Spencer is rushing to deal with the comments. Because, bro, Spencer's head's been like this all night. Spencer just, yeah. All right, cool. All right, cool. I'm coming back for you. Because, Spencer's just a lion when it comes to the retool. So it's great, man. It's been great to have you lads and everyone that has joined us tonight. I'm wishing you a blessed week. So let us end the show. Let me join you, little glasses crew. And my glasses
it's not a blessed week. We are asking you to have the next
say
7 strong days.
Yeah.
No,
but let me just join the glasses crew, because my ones is just props. I don't wear glasses, people, but but the eyes are starting to like I should be wearing them. But these are computer glasses. I think these are the ones Joe Kadua gave me, or I might have bought them. But anyway, we end the show in exactly the same way we started it. Big up Lady Shan. We ain't forget you, man. We need you on there, man. That's energies. You know the thing. Ladies and gentlemen, let me end the show in exactly the same way we started it, with the magical words: dream it, believe it, become it.
coming up. Peace, 2 fingers, we out.
We out, homies. Come on.
Nice one, Junior. Thank you.